Hello everyone. Welcome to our English lesson today. How are you, Jake?
Hi Emma, I'm doing well, thanks. Excited for today's lesson on travel and transport.
Me too. Traveling is such a fun topic. Today, we will learn important vocabulary and how to navigate travel situations.
Absolutely. I think knowing how to ask for help at the airport or train station is very useful.
Exactly. Let's start by looking at some key words. First, what do you think a boarding pass is?
Is it something you need to get on a plane?
Yes. A boarding pass is a document you need to board the airplane.
Got it. What about the word platform? I think I've heard that before.
Good question, Jake. A platform is the area where you wait for a train or bus. Can you remember what else we will learn?
I think we will learn about departure and arrival, right?
Yes. Departure is when something leaves, and arrival is when it gets to a place. Now, let's talk about delays. What is a delay?
A delay is when something does not happen on time, like a train or flight being late.
That's right. Nice job, Jake. Now, let's practice these words in some dialogues. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Great. Imagine we are in a busy airport. I'll say, "Excuse me, where can I find my boarding pass?"
You can go to the ticket counter over there. Do you have your ID?
Yes, I do. After I get my boarding pass, where should I go?
You'll need to go to the security check first.
And what happens after security?
You go to the gate, and there you will wait until your departure.
That makes sense. What if my flight has a delay?
If there is a delay, you need to check the board for updates. Look for the arrival and departure times.
Okay, so if my flight arrives at 3 p.m., what should I do?
You should be at the airport before that time.
Right. Now, let's switch places. You'll be the traveler, and I'll help you, but remember to speak clearly.
Okay, I'm lost. Where is the boarding pass?
Do you mean, where can I get my boarding pass?
Yes, where can I get my boarding pass?
You can get your boarding pass at the ticket counter. Do you have your ID?
Yes, but what is the platform for my train?
Nice try. Remember, you can say, "What platform is my train on?"
What platform is my train on?
Perfect. That's how you ask it. The platform is number 5.
Thanks. When is the departure time?
The departure is at 4:30 p.m. But there might be a delay.
A delay? What time will it arrive?
The arrival time is 6 p.m. normally, so let's keep checking.
Got it. This is really helpful, Emma.
I'm glad. Now, let's talk about how we use these words in sentences.
Sure. What sentences do you have in mind?
Here are some examples. First, I have my boarding pass ready for the flight.
That's a good one. What else?
Next, the train is arriving at platform 3.
I see how that works. What about departure?
Great question. You could say, the departure is at 7 p.m.
And arrival?
You can say, the arrival time is usually on the schedule.
Got it. I like this method of learning.
Finally, for delays. My flight had a delay, so I waited longer.
This is all so clear. What's next?
Next, we will have another dialogue to practice more with our vocabulary.
Let's do it. What's the situation this time?
Imagine we are at the train station. I'll start. Excuse me, which platform does the train to London leave from?
It leaves from platform 2. What time is the departure?
The departure is at 5:15 p.m. Do you have your boarding pass?
Wait, trains don't need a boarding pass, right?
Good catch. You just need a ticket for the train. What will you do if there's a delay?
I'll check the screen for updates on arrival times.
Exactly. And what's the arrival time for this train?
The arrival time is 6:45 p.m., but I hope there's no delay.
Yes. Let's hope for the best. How about asking someone for information?
Sure, I'll ask. What is the platform for the train to Paris?
That's perfect. And what would you say if you find out it's delayed?
I would say, is there a delay for the train to Paris?
You're doing great. Remember to check the board regularly.
Got it. I'll keep an eye on the departure board.
Lastly, let's practice using our vocabulary one more time. What is a boarding pass?
It's a document to board a plane, right?
Yes. And what is the platform?
The area where the train arrives and departs.
Perfect. Now, let's review what we learned today.
Sure. What should we review?
Let's look at the vocabulary words. First, boarding pass.
I have a few sentences. I printed my boarding pass at home.
Good. Another one?
Sure. You need your boarding pass to enter the gate.
Excellent. One more example?
Okay. The app let me download my boarding pass.
Wonderful. Now, how about the word platform?
I'll start. I waited on platform 6 for my train.
Nice sentence. Next.
Okay. The platform was crowded with people.
Great. Last one for platform?
You need to be at the right platform for your train.
Fantastic. Now let's move to departure.
The departure will be announced in 10 minutes.
That's a good start. Another?
Check the time for your departure carefully.
Perfect. Last one?
What time is the departure for my bus?
Wonderful. And now, what about arrival?
The arrival of the plane was delayed due to weather.
Good. Another sentence?
The arrival time of the train is 3:30 p.m.
Excellent. Let's finish off with delay.
I heard there was a delay on my flight.
Good one. Another example?
He was late because of a train delay.
Great job. And one last one?
The delay made him miss his connection to London.
Excellent work. Now let's review what we learned today.
Sure. What questions do you have?
First question. What do you need to board a plane?
A boarding pass is needed.
Correct. Second question. What is a platform?
It's the area where the train waits.
Yes. Third question. What does departure mean?
It's when the train or airplane leaves.
Perfect. Fourth question. What happens during a delay?
The flight or train doesn't leave on time.
Exactly. Last question. What should you check for arrival times?
You check the departure board.
Well done. You have done a fantastic job today, Jake.
Thanks, Emma. I feel more confident navigating travel now.
That's great to hear. Next lesson, we will explore food and dining vocabulary.
Sounds delicious. Can't wait for that one.